This week we've got upgrades, deep dives, and a few surprises that change the way we play. Welcome back to our Stardew Valley Expanded playthrough, and of course, to Chubby Farm. Loading into day 8, the first thing I want to do is check my progress on the rock crab bounty Demetrius gave us yesterday. We didn't get a single rock crab, so that's probably going to go uncompleted, and honestly, that's fine. I grab 2 bars from the furnace, pop them back in the chest, and pull out some wood. We need 50 wood for a scarecrow, so that's the plan right now. I'll also water my dog's bowl while I'm here. You don't have to do it every day, you'll still get plenty of points without it, but if you're nearby, it's worth the few seconds. We hit 57 wood, so I open the crafting menu right next to my chests. Thanks to the convenient chest mod, I can craft from nearby storage. That gives us our scarecrow, which we place down with the help of the UI Info Suite mod to check the coverage range. Next, I harvest my parsnips. Today, I want to expand the field with a new 3x3 just for more parsnips. We're aiming for 5 gold quality ones for the community center bundle, so planning extras now is a good move. I water all the crops, including the empty spots where crows ate my cucumbers. I'll grab 2 more cucumber seeds to fill those gaps because empty spots in a repeating crop drive me mad. Potatoes, I can ignore. They're single harvest, but cucumbers are a season-long commitment. With everything watered, I store the watering can, put away the 1 gold parsnip we managed to get, sell the rest, and stash the clay. I also grab the 5 copper bars we need for a pickaxe upgrade. The goal now is to head to the beach for a sea urchin so we can craft the bait maker. I pick up a daffodil along the way, but Penny's not a fan, so I'll skip gifting it. Down at the beach, I grab some forage, find a lost library book, and jackpot, our first sea urchin. We duck into Willie's to sell our oysters, clam, and coral, but keep the urchin. I could buy the iridium rod, but I'd rather save the gold for a pickaxe upgrade. From there, it's up to the saloon to buy some much needed energy food. 10 salads from Gus should keep us going for a while. Next stop is Pierre's for 36 parsnip seeds and the 2 cucumber seeds for our gaps. I also sell him the daffodils we picked up earlier. It's already 1:10 PM, a bit later than I'd like, but I'm heading to the mines to hunt down 8 more iron ore so we can make that bait maker before upgrading the pickaxe. We take the elevator to floor 40, eat a salad for energy, and drop to 41, where we get a lucky first break ladder. On the next floor, I clear out a slime, check for more iron, then head down again. Another lucky break, 4 iron nodes right by the ladder. Since it's already 3 PM, this is probably our last floor before heading to Clint's. I clear it out, find the next ladder, and check floor 43 just in case we get an easy one for next time. No luck, but we leave with 17 iron. At 4 PM, I dash for Clint's before he closes. I expect the shop to be locked, but to my surprise, I'm allowed in. Possibly an addition by SVE. Let me know in the comments if you know why or how Clint is open at this hour. Either way, we hand over the pickaxe, copper bars, and 2,000 gold, and get that upgrade started. Back home, I plant the parsnips and cucumber seeds, then spend the rest of the evening clearing the farm until my energy is depleted. I don't bother eating salads to keep going, I'm saving those for mining days. We end up with 136 wood, not too bad. Before bed, I craft a new chest just for mine loot. Quartz, gems, bug meat bombs, cave carrots, all the things that shouldn't be clogging up our main storage. This frees up a ton of space. Checking the crafting tab, we've got everything we need for the bait maker except the iron bars. And thanks to that 19 iron ore haul, we can start smelting them tonight. They'll be ready in the morning, and then we can get the bait maker up and running. With that, day 8 comes to a close. The to-do list for today is pretty short. Just water the crops. We start by clearing the furnaces, tossing the bars into a chest, grabbing the watering can, and getting the morning chores done. With the crops watered and Clint still holding onto our pickaxe, the plan for the rest of the day is simple. Fish. I'll keep the hoe in my inventory, the salads for energy, and before heading out, I'll finally craft the bait maker. First stop is the mines. We're aiming for ghostfish and stonefish today. I head straight to floor 20, drop down the bait maker to use while we're fishing. We catch our first stonefish and they're worth a solid chunk of gold. I decide to process it into bait and see if we can chain more catches. We still have a chance of catching ghostfish, but the odds for more stonefish go way up. The other target here is cave jelly. Eventually, we hook our first ghostfish, but the stonefish bait pattern isn't great. Every stonefish I process into bait only nets me one more stonefish, so I switch back to regular bait and keep going for that cave jelly. We pull up some white algae, and then finally, our first cave jelly. With that checked off, it's time to leave the mines and try our luck at the mountain lake. Here, I'm after a minnow and a tadpole, two Stardew Valley Expanded exclusives. We snag a sonar bobber from a treasure chest, not one I'll ever really use, so it'll probably just get sold. But then, jackpot. A dinosaur egg in another chest. That's massive. I ditch some rice shoots for it and even toss out some copper ore. We also catch our first tadpole. Unfortunately, minnows don't spawn this late, so that hunt will have to wait. The inventory's full anyway, so I head home. On the way, we also pick up some amber. Worth 750 gold, but I'm hanging onto it for Gunther, just in case it's rare and I can't find another one. Back at the farm, I sort the chests and prep to sell most of the haul, except for anything we can donate to the community center. And I'll also keep the river jelly and the cave jelly for when we build a fish smoker. The dinosaur egg stays too. No Gunther donation just yet. We plan to hatch it eventually and get more later. Ruby goes to Gunther, Joja Cola stays an emergency speed boost, everything else, including the sonar bobber, gets sold. I grab my regular tools and use up the last of my energy clearing the farm. And by 10 PM, it's time to clean up the inventory and call it a night. We wrap up the day with 1,791 gold from fishing, 2,041 total. Not bad for a day, just filling out the fish list and leveling up fishing. Our copper pickaxe is ready, but we start the day as usual, harvesting our pear tree and watering the crops. Mid-watering, I realize I might have enough copper to upgrade my axe. I check the chest, close, but 7 ore short. It's a bit annoying. I smelt one more bar now and decide to bring a couple of furnaces with me to Clint so I can finish the smelting there. With the crops watered, I grab the finished copper bar, put the watering can away, and pack up 2 furnaces for the trip. The pears get sold, salads and Joja Cola stay with me for the day. Our first stop is Clint's. We get our copper pickaxe back, then I buy 7 copper ore and 2 coal. Forgot to bring that pot. Drop my furnaces right here in his shop and smelt up the 2 remaining bars we need. They only take 30 in-game minutes, so we hang out, chat to Clint, and then pick them up and immediately hand over the axe for a copper upgrade. From there, it's off to the mines for more progress and to stockpile iron ore for future tool upgrades. We enter at 11:10 AM, heading back to floor 40. Our sword's struggling a bit now, but we really don't have a better option just yet. We hit mining level 3 and finally make it to floor 45. We just missed it last time. Along the way, I keep killing dust sprites whenever I see them. The burglar ring for their eradication goal is just too good to pass up, even if it slows mining progress down just a little bit. We find the Iron Edge, 12 to 25 damage, -2 speed, 1 defense and 3 weight. On paper, it's close to an upgrade, but that speed penalty makes it worse overall, at least for me. Floor 50 gives us Tundra boots. They're an upgrade, so they'll go on immediately. We also reach combat level 3 and find our first coffee bean. Huge win. It grows in both spring and summer, so planting it early can mean a big coffee crop and our own speed buffs later. By the end of the day, we reach floor 57, I drink a Joja Cola for the speed boost, and head home just that little bit faster. Back at the farm, I clean up the inventory, Jade gets saved for the desert staircase trades, and I start keeping all the minerals from the mines just in case they're useful later. If not, I can always sell them. At 1:50 AM, I head inside, pat the dog, and pass out. We start day 11 by checking the help wanted board. Sophia's after a frozen tear, and I'd like to build that friendship quickly, so we accept it. Pretty sure we have one in our chests. A quick mail check tells me that Robin has lost her favorite axe, which is actually perfect. Since we're heading down Sophia's way anyway, we accept that too. I grab the iron ore from storage and swap it into the furnaces, replacing the copper that was smelting previously. Next, we harvest our first green beans. I keep one for the spring crops bundle and sell the rest. Watering can back out, we get the crops watered, then stash it again, but not before hoeing a spot to plant our first coffee bean. That gets planted, watered, and is now ready to grow. Checking our mining chest, frozen tears might actually be in the Gunther chest instead, and yep, they sure are, so we grab one for Sophia. With plenty of items piling up, I decide it's time for a quick community center run. I don't remember if fish bundles are open yet, but I'll take everything possible just in case. We head down to Sophia's via Cindersap Forest, where Jazz and Vincent are there peeking into the sewers. They mention Marlon has the key, which is why befriending him early is important with the Expanded mod. We grab Robin's axe, then head to Sophia's farm. She's home, so I hand over the frozen tear for 225 gold and a nice little friendship boost. Foraging level 4 is achieved as well. From here, I cut up through town, but before seeing Robin, I detour into the community center. Fish bundle first, then forageables, then crops. Nothing completed today, but at least there's more space in the chest back home. Now, to Robin's. Head over there and hand over the axe for another 250 gold. With most of the day gone, it's back to the mines starting from floor 55. We make it to floor 60 and pick up the crystal dagger. Now, I'm personally not used to daggers, but I'll give it a try since the forest sword is lagging behind. What I'm really hoping for is a bone sword. The crystal dagger is technically an upgrade, but not my preferred style. By floor 66, I decide quick progress is going to take precedence over gathering everything. We reach floor 70 and the chest rewards us with the master slingshot. We'll definitely keep this one for later. On floor 71, skeletons start to spawn. These are the guys that can drop the bone sword. We'll cross our fingers. At 12:30 AM, it is time to bail. We finish at floor 73, do a quick inventory cleanup, and head to bed, leaving the rest of the sorting for tomorrow to avoid another floor passout. It's raining today, which means one thing. We are going to catch as many catfish as possible. But first, a bit of mail. Susan's letting us know that she exists, and hopefully Jojo will clear that mess up soon. Also, the Egg Festival is tomorrow. I start by keeping the furnaces running, swapping in iron, and setting aside 5 bars for upgrading the pickaxe later today. Inventory cleanup, sell the daffodils from yesterday and the ghost fish. Harvest parsnips and see how many golds we get. Farming level 2 achieved, but only 2 gold quality today, bringing the total to 4. We still need 1 more for the bundle, so we'll need some more seeds from Pierre. We store anything unnecessary, keeping the pickaxe for the upgrade. Grab the fiberglass rod, our bait maker, and catfish bait to prep for the day. We head down to the traveling merchant, pick up a rusty spur along the way, and unfortunately, the merchant stock isn't all that exciting. We could buy caviar now for much later in the game, but it feels too early to spend that much. Next stop should be Clint's, but we're too early, so I fish in the river nearby. This spot isn't ideal for deep water, but we manage our first catfish catch of the day. Silver quality. Clint's opens, we pick up our copper axe, hand in the copper pickaxe for a steel upgrade. Then we head to Pierre's for parsnip seeds, but we're actually short on cash. We can only buy 15 for now. I really didn't realize just how broke we are, but thankfully the catfish haul today should fix the gold problem. Back at the river, I put the silver catfish into the bait maker before starting the main fishing push. We hit fishing level 7 and we managed to land our first perfect catfish. A whole day of fishing goes by and we get a lot of them. At midnight, catfish stop spawning, so I pack up the bait maker and head home. Today's haul was 37 catfish plus the ones that we put into the bait maker, totaling around 14,125 gold's worth. We also picked up some extras, including 6 gold ore, which is very nice since it means we don't actually need to hit floor 80 to unlock the minecarts. At the farm, I set aside a catfish and a bream for the community center, keep the rusty spur, skeleton tail, geodes, and the gold ore, and everything else gets sold. We still have the 15 parsnip seeds, but honestly, I wanted a full 36. Pierre's is closed tomorrow for the flower festival, so we'll just wait 2 days before we plant them. And bedtime. Farming level 2 unlocks sprinklers, stone fences, and the mayonnaise machine, and fishing level 7 pops as well. Total earnings for today is 15,684 gold, not bad at all. And it is Egg Festival Day, and Demetrius greets us at the door to offer to upgrade the farm cave. As usual, I choose mushrooms. I've honestly never picked fruit bats. First job is keeping the furnaces going. We've got 5 copper, so I smelt that, but the rest is all iron. I also grab 1 copper, 1 iron, and 1 gold bar for the community center. The festival is really going to limit what we can do today, but before it starts, we get our first cucumber and cauliflower harvest. That gets us to farming level 3. We need 1 cucumber and 1 cauliflower for the community center, and I keep an extra cauliflower for future quests. The rest gets sold. No gold cucumbers yet, but the 6x3 patch should keep producing for the season. We harvest the pear tree, then spend the rest of the morning cleaning up the farm. The copper axe lets us finally reach some of our blocked fruit trees, and we grab ourselves some apricots. At 12:20 PM, I pack everything for the community center and head to the festival. I realize I forgot to water the crops, but I'll deal with that later. At the Egg Festival, I buy 18 strawberry seeds. We won't get many harvests this year, but they'll be worth it. And then I work the crowd to finish the introductions quests. We check Pierre's for recipes or things we might want to buy, and talk to Lewis to start the egg hunt. Now, I personally don't follow a set route here. I just sort of grab whatever eggs I can see and hope for the best. And the last egg gives me a message about noticing something to the left. That's interesting, and we'll definitely have to come back to check that out later. In the end, we win and get the straw hat, which I equip immediately. Back home, I prioritize watering our crops, use a salad for energy, then straight to it. At 11 PM, I decide there's still enough time to drop donations at the community center, so we head over there. On the way, we get Linus's cutscene where he's foraging in the bins. Doesn't bother me, Linus is great, and it's wasted food anyway. At the community center, we start with the crop bundle. Cucumber and cauliflower turn-ins complete that bundle, netting us 20 speed grow. I also added an apricot to the artisan bundle, and with the spring crops bundle complete, we unlock ourselves the boiler room. Next, I hit the fish tank for any fish we have in our inventory, and then head to the boiler room. This is the point where I realize I forgot a solar essence, so we can't complete the minecarts today. It's a big shame, the minecarts will have to wait. We do, however, still get the rewards from the other boiler room bundles, which is 5 Omni Geodes and a furnace, and unlock the field research and vault bundles. I also check the bulletin board and hand in a chub. It's just past midnight leaving the community center, and a run home is already pushing 1 AM, so there's no chance of making it back with the missing essence without passing out. Back at the farm, I set up another furnace, keep the iron smelting, and water the coffee bean I'd been neglecting, pet the dog, and then we go to sleep. Level 3 farming unlocks us the bee house, speed grow, butter churn, and farmer's lunch, and crop sales from today bring in around 2,000 gold. We start today with the Queen of Sauce. Today's recipe is coleslaw. Then we head outside for a quick mail check, and the Stardew Valley Tribune says our farm will be featured in next week's up and coming column. We empty the furnaces, keeping 5 iron on hand to upgrade our axe later on. We harvest the green beans, then rehoe and water the farm. Then we sell the beans and plant strawberries using the 20 speed grow from the community center to speed them up. Now, I'm not 100% sure if this gives us an extra harvest. I didn't do the math, but planting them a day late makes it worth trying, in my opinion. Now, we still have 15 parsnip seeds. I want 27 in total, or at least 27 crop seeds, so I'll grab more from Pierre's later. Before that, I pull out anything for Gunther, the community center, and a frozen tier for Haley's birthday. We head to the traveling cart first, leaving the seeds behind just to have an empty inventory slot in case we need it, and on the way we get a cutscene with Andy. He lets us know he'll send over some strawberry seeds later on. At the cart, there's a full red cabbage for sale. Not just the seed, the full red cabbage. So I grab it immediately for the community center. Back to the farm to swap the scythe for the crystal dagger and check the bulletin board. The wizard wants 11 dust sprites slain for 660 gold, which works out perfectly since we're heading to the mines anyway. In town, we get a cutscene meeting the town dog, then head to the museum. And we donate everything except the amber. We'll keep that for the bulletin board. Our rewards: 9 cauliflower seeds, 9 melon seeds, and a starfruit seed. I take the cauliflower and leave the rest with Gunther for storage. Now, instead of the backpack upgrade, I prioritize the axe. Pick up the steel pickaxe from Clint and hand in the copper axe for its steel upgrade. Next stop is Pierre's for just 3 more parsnip seeds, bringing us to a total of 27 seeds with the cauliflower seeds we just got from Gunther. And back at the farm, we plant the cauliflower seeds in the top right and the parsnips below. We grab out a solar essence for the community center, I almost forgot it again, along with a frozen geode for the bulletin board. We find Haley and give her the frozen tier for her birthday, bringing us up to 2 hearts. At the community center, we donate amber, the frozen geode, and a red cabbage to the bulletin board, and the solar essence to the boiler room. That completes it and unlocks the minecarts. It also gives us a small magnet ring, which I equip immediately. Quick forage detour for a leek and a mushroom before the mines for extra energy, and we start on floor 70, pushing to floor 80 before backtracking for dust sprites. I finally discover the Crystal Dagger's special attack, which makes it so much easier to use and just so much better. We hit mining level 4, and reach floor 80, earning ourselves the Firewalker boots, which go on straight away. A quick little quest check tells us that we've only killed 6 dust sprites so far, so I head back to floor 70 in the hopes for getting a bone sword as well as more dust sprites. And it turns out our luck is in. We drop 4 wood to pick it up, but it does 20 to 30 damage with +4 speed and +2 weight, and I personally prefer it over the dagger. Then we jump back to floor 40 to finish our dust sprite goal, and along the way find a monster compendium for a chance at double loot drops. Once we hit floor 44, that gives us the last sprites we needed. On the way out, we give Marlin a quartz and a quick chat, gaining our first heart with him. And then we're back at the farm by 1:30 AM. We do a quick inventory cleanup, keeping the diamonds, then head straight to bed. Our minecarts are being repaired. And we hit mining level 4 and combat level 4. That is week 2 complete. If you've enjoyed this episode, don't forget to leave a like and drop a comment. It really helps with engagement. And if you haven't already, consider subscribing. For those who want their name in the game as soon as we get animals, join as a Golden Panda member or above. But until next time, happy building, happy farming. Bye guys.